Most people think Claude is just ChatGPT with a different logo, but that's the old way to think about AI. ChatGPT made the chatbot mainstream. Claude is part of the next shift, not just asking AI a question, but giving AI a messy task and expecting it to help you think, write, code, review, and move the work forward. That's why people are suddenly talking about Claude, Claude Code, Anthropic, and whether Claude is better than ChatGPT. But the real question is not which chatbot wins. The better question is what kind of work are you trying to give to AI? By the end of this video, Claude will stop feeling like a random AI name and start making sense as part of the bigger shift from chatbots to AI work assistants. Here's the beginner problem. You open YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, or LinkedIn, and you see people saying, I switched to Claude. Claude is better for writing. Claude Code is insane. ChatGPT is better for this. Claude is better for that. Agents are the future. And suddenly, AI feels confusing again. Because from the outside, Claude and ChatGPT look similar. Both have a chat box. Both can answer questions. They can write. They can help you with code and they can summarize documents. So, why are people treating Claude like a big deal? Here's the similar answer. Claude is not trending because it invented chat. Claude is trending because it is getting very good at serious work, long writing, careful reasoning, large documents, coding projects, tool based workflows, and assistant style tasks where the AI has to stay organized for longer. That's the part most beginners miss. Claude is an AI assistant made by Anthropic. You can think of Anthropic as one of the major AI labs building frontier AI models, similar to how OpenAI builds ChatGPT. Claude is the product name. Anthropic is the company behind it. Similar version. ChatGPT is to OpenAI what Claude is to Anthropic. But Claude is not just one thing, it is a family of AI models and products used for writing, analysis, coding, document work, customer support, research, and business workflows. So, when someone says Claude, they might mean the Claude App Chat, the Claude API, a Claude model like Opus, or Claude Code, the coding tool. That's why the conversation feels messy. People are using one name for several related tools. So, why is Claude getting so much attention right now? Three reasons. First, Claude has a reputation for strong writing and reasoning. People like it for explanations, editing, structured thinking, and long form work. Second, Anthropic has been pushing hard into coding and agentic tasks. Claude Code is designed for software work, and Anthropic described it as a system that can read your code base, make changes across files, run tests, and deliver committed code. Third, the latest Claude updates are not just about smarter answers. Anthropic says Claude Opus 4.8 improves coding, agentic tasks, professional work, and honesty. And that honesty part matters because one of the biggest AI problems is when a model sounds confident while being wrong. For beginners, that is dangerous. For developers, that is expensive. For professionals, that can break trust. So, when people say Claude feels different, they often mean it asks better questions. It pushes back more. It handles longer context better. It feels more careful on complex tasks. Not always, not for every use case, but enough that people are paying attention. Have you tried Claude yet, or are you still mainly using ChatGPT? Drop Claude, ChatGPT, or both in the comments. Now, let's answer the big question. Is Claude better than ChatGPT? The honest answer is that's the wrong question. It is like asking, is a notebook better than a whiteboard? Depends what you are doing. ChatGPT is often strong as a general purpose AI assistant. It is widely used, familiar, and connected to a broad OpenAI ecosystem. Claude often stands out when the task is longer, more text heavy, and more reasoning heavy or more code review heavy. So the practical comparison looks like this. Use ChatGPT when you want fast general help, brainstorming, multimodal exploration, broad everyday tasks, or you already live in the OpenAI ecosystem. Use Claude when you want careful writing, long document analysis, structured reasoning, coding collaboration, or an assistant that may push back instead of just agreeing. But here's the catch: the models change fast. OpenAI has codecs for coding workflows, and it can perform coding tasks, answer questions about a code base, fix bugs, and propose pull requests. So, this is not a permanent scoreboard, it is a tool choice. The winner is the one that helps you finish the task with fewer mistakes. Now, Claude Code. That is where Claude stops feeling like a chatbot and starts feeling like a work assistant. A normal chatbot waits in a box. You paste the question, it gives an answer. You copy the answer, you test it yourself, you come back with errors, and you repeat. Claude Code changes the shape of the workflow. Instead of only answering questions about code, it can work inside the project. Think of the difference like this: a chatbot is like texting a mechanic. Why is my car making this sound? Claude Code is closer to letting the mechanic open the hood. It can inspect the project, understand files, suggest changes, modify code, and run tests, and help move forward a finished result. For developers, that is obvious. For the beginners, it matters too, because Claude Code points to the bigger AI trend. AI tools are moving from answer engines to task engines. This is where the word agentic comes in. Don't let that word scare you. An agentic workflow simply means the AI does not just respond once. It can plan steps, use tools, check progress, fix mistakes, and keep working toward the goal. All chatbot workflow: you ask, AI answers. You manage everything. Agentic workflow: you give a goal, AI breaks it down, AI uses tools, AI reports progress, you supervise. The metaphor is simple. A chatbot is like a calculator. You press buttons, it gives outputs. An AI work assistant is like a junior teammate. You give it a task, it asks questions, tries steps, checks its work, and comes back with progress. That does not mean you blindly trust it. You still review, you still supervise, you still make final decision, but the relationship changes. You are not just prompting, you are managing an AI collaborator. That is why Claude matters, not because it is magic, but because it shows where AI tools are going. Here is the practical decision rule. Don't ask which AI is best. Ask what kind of failure would hurt me most. If you need speed, broad help, image features, voice features, or general everyday assistance, ChatGPT may be the easier default. If you need careful reasoning, long writing, document review, code based work, or an AI that is more cautious with uncertainty, Claude may be worth trying. If you are coding seriously, test Claude Code and Codex style tools side by side. Give both the same task. Check the output. Run the test. Compare how many mistakes you had to fix. That is the real benchmark, not hype, not screenshots, not this model destroyed that model. Your benchmark is: did it understand the task? Did it ask good questions? Did it handle the context? Did it make fewer mistakes? And did it help you finish? That is how professionals should choose AI tools. So, here is the full picture. Claude is Anthropic's AI assistant. It is trending because it is strong in writing, reasoning, coding, and longer professional workflows. Claude Code matters because it shows the move from chatbot answers to AI assisted work. And Claude versus ChatGPT is not a battle with one permanent winner. It is a decision about the job. Use the tool that fits the task. Test both. Trust results, not hype. And if this video gives you the aha moment, the next step is learning how AI agents actually use tools to complete work. Because Claude is only one piece of the bigger shift. The real story is AI is moving from chat windows to work systems.